Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to set up our first heads-up display, or HUD for short. In this HUD, we're going to show basically a health bar or like health indicator, or we're also going to show an ammo indicator as well, so the player can see how much ammo they've got and how much health they've got. All right, we're gonna build it in the most simple way possible, but I'm going to introduce you to the concepts and how you can design your own HUD. You don't have to do the same graphics and everything, guys, but feel free to follow along. I've included the assets that I'm using down below. But feel free to experiment and try your own assets as well. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to go over to my second scene tab where I've got my 2D UI, right? So we've done that earlier by right-clicking the scene tab, going to add tab and creating a new scene, and then making sure the 2D button is clicked. So with that, I can get the 2D view of the game. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, guys, is if you head over to the asset store, there's this amazing asset pack called Black and White Achievements Pack, which I've linked down below as well. You can get a direct download, or you can basically go to this link and download. So this has a bunch of graphics that I really want. So I want this ammo icon, this gun icon, and then I also want a heart icon that basically indicates that it's a health, right? So there are others that we can also use, but it's up to you if you want to use the same icon or a different icon pack. But I'm going to just basically download this to save time. And then I'm going to open in Unity, let it download. All right, and then after it's done, I'm going to import it to my project. It's not going to take too long because it's a pretty small pack. Just has to import everything one by one. Then once done, you can close this, and you should have a new folder in here called Black and White Achievements Pack, guys. So inside of this, there's a sprite folder, and there's a square version of this, as well as a circular version of this. I think I'll go with the circular option, guys. So what we need to do now is go to our canvas. We already have a canvas because we created that for our reticle, if you guys remember from our shooting lesson. So if you right click on your canvas and go to UI and click on image, we can create another blank image. You can see it in the center of this game preview, guys. So I'm going to call this ammo icon, okay? And I'm going to also make it a bit big and then just move it to potentially the right-hand side. I think that would be a good spot. Maybe left-hand side. That's up to you guys. Anywhere you like. All right, so I'm still thinking. Maybe the right-hand side. Let's have a look. No, left-hand side. Oh my God. All right, anything you like, guys. It's up to you, personal preference, really. The reason I'm going with the left-hand side is simply because the icon is sort of turned to the left, so it's better if it's on the left-hand side. All right, so while the ammo icon is selected, guys, on the right-hand side, you have an image component, and inside of that, there's a source image, right? What you guys need to do is drag and drop this icon over to this slot, all right? Immediately, you should have a gun icon on screen. That looks good already. I might make it a bit bigger. There we go, and voila, we got that. So one thing you got to make sure, guys, if you're bringing in your own textures, and you guys can refer to the texture lesson as well, importing your own textures chapter. But I'll just refresh your memory. If you click on your own graphic, just make sure, if you're bringing your own graphic, make sure the texture type is selected to Sprite 2D, and then you hit apply to actually bring this into your scene, to your UI, right? If you don't do that, you can't actually drag and drop to the source image slot in your image component, right? But this pack already is a bunch of sprites, so we don't have to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to also add a text right next to it that basically indicates how much ammo you've got. So I'm going to go to Canvas, UI, and then I'm going to use Text Mesh Pro text. Now, why am I using Text Mesh Pro? These are both text components, guys, meaning you can add text to it. But Text Mesh Pro is sort of the new and improved version of the original text component, right? So what that allows us to do is a bunch of extra sort of customizing options like shadows and sort of embossing and things like that, right? So I'm always going with this simply because of the functionality that it has. And when you do it for the first time, you'll have to import it as well. But after you import it, you can use it anywhere and anytime you like. I've got this bug where Visual Studio always opens up when you import an asset. I don't know if it's a bug, but it's kind of annoying. But once done, guys, just rename this to ammo text. All right. So as you guys can maybe see, it's in the center here. It's very tiny. So I'm going to obviously scale this up a bit like that. Yep. And I'm going to move it to the left-hand side of the screen as well. For sort of additional UI design tutorials, guys, This video is not gonna cover everything about UI. I'm assuming that you guys have already seen the UI chapter, which is a bonus chapter that's included in this course. So go check it out. In that chapter, I'm teaching you about pivot points and sort of anchoring text and making sure your canvas is more responsive and that sort of thing, right? So please refer to that chapter if you guys want to learn more about UI design in Unity. So with that, guys, I'm just going to set up my ammo count as 5. Okay, so this is good enough for me. It shows the amount of ammo I have. I'm going to make it a bit bigger and keep it like that. There you go. That's pretty good. It's decent. Awesome. So I'm going to drag in another icon here. I did that by I click in this, right click, duplicate, or click on the icon, Control D to duplicate. All right. So health icon. I'm going to move this to the left as well, just above the gun ammo, the gun icon, and then I'm going to drag in the HUD icon to this. Looks good. I'm going to do the same thing with the text. Drag it up, Control D to duplicate, and I'm going to call it health text. Looks awesome. All right, so let's run this, and see what it looks like. Yep, looks pretty decent to me. Then you should be able to pick up some ammo, and then obviously we are not showing that on the screen yet, so that's what we're going to do next. All right, so let's go and sort of program this in the next chapter. But with this video, guys, we've set up the UI, and then in the next video we're going to basically attach these text components onto our actual shooting script, so that when you pick up ammo, we increase that value, and when you shoot, that value decreases, and that sort of thing. All right, so see you guys in the next video.